What is going on, guys? My name is JCC and you guys have been asking me so much for an update on my striker build that I thought I would go ahead and bring it to you today. Before we get into the video, don't forget to check out OneFootball, our series sponsor. Their link at the top of the description below. If you're looking for a new app to follow football, I highly recommend OneFootball. Download it now for Android or iOS. What are you waiting for? Now, I've done a striker build video before. You can find that video on your screen right now, and if you click the link in the top right hand corner, it will take you to that, and that is actually a good guide for if you're starting off FIFA, you've got 0 appearances and you want to know where to put your trait points in order. So like, obviously I have max trait points now, I've played 400 plus games, but when you first start off, that video kind of explains a little bit more about where I chose to put mine, and I think actually does make by far the most sense. This is my updated build, what I like to use right now 400 games into the game. Now, before the little update that they just released, I was rated 91. They managed to degrade everybody's ratings when they released last week's patch. Amazing, FIFA. But I haven't actually lost any stats. I'm 90 rated and I play at 5'10", 163 pounds. As always, this is just a build that I like to rock, and it might not work for you guys depending on your playstyle, but for me, I've been absolutely loving it in low man, playing in divisions, and as well as playing in 11 versus 11 competitive pro clubs. I do like the balance between agility and strength in this build. I mean, you can still kind of get up for headers and challenge. You're never really going to beat a centre-back on this game in the air unless you do have the complete jump on them, but you have a good amount of heading stats. I mean, the heading in this build is pretty good. We'll go on to look at that a bit later with the traits. And the reason I play 163, I guess more importantly, when I go down lighter to the bracket below when you hit 149, you can see that 70 strength is just not the one. That is not a lot of strength, guys. Yes, the agility and acceleration is brilliant, but you're going to be pushed off the ball by anybody who is 6 foot or over. They are just going to shove you straight to the floor. So I found 163 to work really nicely. If you go any heavier into the new bracket, yes, you get 78 strength, but 84 agility. Boys, that is just not the one. That 88 agility for the fast dribbling is needed. So, like, I mean, you could literally play 169, 171, 165. It really makes, like, no difference. But I just choose to play about 163. Kind of, again, because that's similar to my weight in real life. And it is a virtual pro. I do kind of like basing it off of my own stats. Now, whilst we go ahead and look at the traits, guys, if you do enjoy this video, if you're going to give it a go, if it helps you out, please support the channel by subscribing and, of course, leaving a like. 51,000 subscribers now on this little pro clubs channel. I can't thank you all enough. The traits wise, guys, I haven't got anything in stamina, but there's an argument you could put some in there. If you manage your stamina well in striker in 11-man competitions, you'll be fine, but for the majority playing in divisions, you really won't need stamina if you're playing up front. That's all to do with time in your runs, in my opinion. Strength, of course, you need to max out that strength. Defending, completely irrelevant. Dribbling, throw it all in, guys. You want agility, you want dribbling, you want everything that this bracket has to offer. Passing wise, again, this is pretty subjective. You could take a few passing off, put it in stamina if you felt like that aided your game more. You can see what I rock at the moment. A few long passing traits. I mean, this one is arguably pointless for the extra long passing. You could take it off in exchange for something else, maybe penalties or, again, stamina. Now, I've maxed out my crossing. I don't like crossing, but obviously to get to that curve, you need to do that. You want as much curve as possible. It's very important if you're going to be time finessing, and you want to be making sure you get that weak foot. Guys, in my opinion, the finesse shot trait is pretty pointless. It's 4 skill points. If you're getting time finessing right, you will not need to use the finesse shot trait. I would really recommend staying away from it, but you know, some people and some strikers that I've played with do like it. It's completely subjective. I've got 1 point in heading because it does bring it up to a nice 90, and actually I have noticed with some of the clips you'll see at the end of this video that the heading ability is kind of important, especially in 11-man pro clubs. Pace-wise, we obviously go ahead and max it out, and that's really it. Goalkeeper, you want to get all of the goalkeeper okay, I'm joking. I'm going to give you 2 big tips whilst these clips are playing. Time your runs, guys. Do not waste energy sprinting back in defense. Make sure that you are staying in a good position to receive the ball at feet. Try and hold it up, and then make your runs in behind when you need to. Don't just sprint over the top or sprint back to defend. Especially in divisions, guys, you're going to lose a crazy amount of stamina, and you're not going to be in the right positions to score goals. And my second big tip, guys, is get time finessing down. If you have switched off time finessing, go and turn it on. Don't have to be perfect at it. You can see the clip on screen right there was an orange or a yellow time finish. Go into the settings and turn the indicator on so you can get practice in your greens. Cool, so you can get the time finessing right, and then obviously turn that off and get it right. Sometimes Sometimes you're going to mess it up, but once you get it down to a T, time finessing on this game is the most overpowered way to score goals, and out of the 650 that I have scored, I would honestly go ahead and say that at least half of them have been green time finessing, so make sure you get practicing. Thank you for watching this video. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.